What is up, guys, and welcome to episode 18 of the Manchester United Career Mode. And as you can see from the calendar, we're starting big today. We are going Bayern Munich at Old Trafford in the Champions League. Second game, we put in the second game last time. Tough team, but obviously we hope to get through them. After that, we'll have Everton in the Premier League, Spurs in the Premier League, and then CSK Moscow in the third game of the Champions League, before finishing up at home to Derby County. Should be some good games in here. CSK Moscow, I'm not going to pretend they're not a bad team. They are a very, very good team. We're not going to pretend they're not a bad team. I'm not going to pretend they're a bad team. They're a very good team. We struggled against them last season. 10 goals in 2 games. I think it was more than that. 13 goals in 2 games. However, we do take the lead here in this Bayern Munich game with a backwards header from captain Harry Maguire. Scoring quite a few goals right now from the corners is Harry Maguire, but we'll definitely take it. However, Bayern Munich were definitely not here to play. Antoine Griezmann signed now, as we managed to steal the ball off him and unleash Mason Greenwood, and Mason Greenwood somehow puts that through the legs of the on-rushing defender, and we place that ball into the bottom corner for 2-0 after 24 minutes against Bayern Munich. Definitely a good start, the start we definitely wanted. Bayern though did come in a little more. James Maddison with a strike, also been signed from Leicester. Going into the second half, and Bayern were definitely looking to try and get back in the game. Maddison playing that ball through to Leon Goretzka, and Goretzka makes, no, it wasn't Leon Goretzka, it was Joshua Kimmich, makes it 2-1, and definitely game on. Moving more into the second half, we were controlling the ball well, and Bayern were definitely like, they were in it. I'm not going to say they weren't. So we tried to bring on like Daniel James to have a bit of a run through them, really struggling it through. We do manage to get the ball out though to Alex Telles, whose strike is saved by massive hand by Manuel Neuer. And that was where this game ended at 2-1 to Manchester United. Definitely a big win, and it was definitely a win we needed, because Bayern easily could have stole more points in that game. Anyway, we go into the youth. We haven't really seen many good youth players coming through so far from Korea or Serbia, and this was the first player, I think, in Chi-Hu Lee, or Lee Chi-Hu. Got to butcher it. First time we came across a player that actually looked like they could have been interesting. Again, the rest of them not really fitting that bill. Moving on into the Serbian players though as well. Again, like, that was the first real Korean player we'd seen to actually give us like somebody would bring in. And again, even with the Serbs, we weren't really seeing too much from them as being like they're going to like, give us the next Adam Yajic or something, or another, or Zoran Tosic, or a new Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. Definitely struggling to get the youth players from there. As we move into the match against Everton, I'll look at their team. Definitely new players. Obviously, we've not played Everton yet in this save. Relegated in the first season that obviously we simulated, and obviously massively won the championship last season. Very struggling this season though are Everton, down the bottom of the league. Only got the first win and recently. Dennis, man, this is why I signed him. If I didn't sign him, he missed the target. His left foot is lethal, and the fact he missed that made me so sad. But he absolutely rinsed the defender beforehand. And that's exactly what he's here to do. Everton though did manage to get a chance. Martin Terrier pulling a massive save out of Jan Oblak. Going into though the second half, coming up on the half-hour mark, I'm everywhere. Dennis Mann holds the ball up lovely for Ruben Neves to make the run, and Neves strikes the ball past Jordan Pickford. We're getting a few goals out of Ruben Neves, I feel, this season. Scored the cracker against Wolves, of course, and that was his second goal in the Premier League already as well. Dennis Mann again controlling the ball to Bruno Fernandes, slipped back across by Sancho for Pogba to make it a very easy 2-0 just a few moments later. Pogba also getting his second goal in the Premier League, more Premier League goals already than he did last season, which is definitely good to see. We did make a defensive error and let Moise Kean chip that ball past Oblak to give Everton a chance as he goes to celebrate with his manager. Obviously, at this point, I believe it's still showing it as Ancelotti, the new Real Madrid manager. Moise Kean like, oh, you didn't sell me PSG, thank you. 70th minute though, we do keep going forward, keeping the passing play constantly moving. Diogo Dalot eventually getting this ball as it comes all the way across. He plays it back into Mason Greenwood, who left foot strikes that past the goalkeeper to put Manchester United up by 3-1. His second goal, all three of the players we scored getting their second Premier League goals of the season, and we do in fact win this match by 3-1. Definitely a good game. We do, however, took an injury in that game. Jadon Sancho suffering an ACL. Absolute heartbreak. I mean, like, what month are we in? Just in September. He's got to be out till at least April. That's not right. No, that is right. It's about April before we'll see Jadon Sancho back. Absolute heartbreak for him. Terrible defending for us right off the bat. All Black tries to come out and he actually managed to slip that ball. Harry Winks slipping that ball through for Lo Celso to make it 1-0 to Tottenham. Poor defending. I don't know where this gap in the middle is suddenly starting to appear from. Is that woman there, like, head thrown back? That was me when that goal went in. Half an hour though, we do start making some chances. Mason Greenwood playing this ball through to Fernandes, keeps a lovely few touches and somehow puts it wide. Definitely thinking Bruno should be scoring there. But not too long after that, as we get to just before the 40th minute, a lot of passing the ball about. Paul Pogba with absolute great defence splitting pass there for Danny Ings. Not scored well, Danny Ings, but definitely gets his goal there to make it, it's his 5th goal of the season, to make it 1-0. And then just past the hour mark, Danny Ings coming deep to allow players to come up. Bruno Fernandes obviously pushing there, and Fernandes gets the ball. Danny Ings makes that run for him. Very similar to his goal against Chelsea. He gets the turn and smashes home to make it 2-1 to Manchester United and turn this game around on its head. Spurs were not to be without their chances. They get this corner in. It hits the post, and there is Alessio Romagnoli to tap into an empty net. They get very lucky. The header obviously cannon off the post right back to their centre back to score the goal, and really unfortunate. We do get a chance though to win the game. Danny Ings holding this ball up very, very well. 90th minute chance he's coming. Jack Grealish managed to somehow get to that ball and unleashes a strike which Hugo Lloris gets a big hand to, and then it cans off the crossbar. So 2 each is where this game ended. A point's a point. Spurs are also up the top with us undefeated, so maybe it was a fair result in the end. As we move into the 3rd tie of the Champions League group stages against the CSKA Moscow. Like I said earlier, we played them last season, and I believe it was a 3-each draw and a 4-3 win we got out of this side. I will actually have a little look. I've got it written down somewhere. Maybe I don't. But we do get an early chance. Mason Greenwood find a chance that the guy gets blocked. However, that tackle is considered to be a penalty. So, actually no, we drew 2 each way, CSK, and then 1-4-3. So, still 11 goals in 2 games against them. And we do this penalty here, and Bruno Fernandes taps it home to make it 1-0 just after the quarter of an hour mark. And Manchester United taking probably, I don't know if I would say it's deserved, but it was definitely. However, CSKA Moscow are not to be denied when they're playing us, as they get a good chance to come through, get a bit lucky there, and Vlasic pulls a great save out of Jan Oblak there. Had to be completely on his toes. Just after the half hour mark though, Jack Grealish tried to prove he deserves this spot over the injured Sancho, and it's a lovely flicked ball through by Bruno Fernandes, and Danny Ings has his shot saved, and that's where that first half ended, only at 1-0. Just coming up on the hour mark though, Danny Ings again spreading this ball wide for Daniel James, wanting to use his pace to try and influence the game, and absolutely does. He manages to get through. Grealish makes a little turn there, and it's played back to Bruno Fernandes, who taking it from the penalty spot yet again, making it 2-0 to Manchester United just after the hour. And that is where this match did in fact finish. Good win, not the high scoring games we've been having with CSKA Moscow recently, but definitely a good strong win. And looking at the group currently as it stands, we are also undefeated 3 points clearly by him. Galatasaray have a win. CSKA Moscow taking all L's so far in this group. Should mean though that when we play Moscow again, that game will be, if we win that, we should be qualified for the last 16. And moving into the final, the final game of this episode against Derby County, Wayne Rooney's Derby County, at home. And I mean, they took a while for us to break down, but we did eventually break them down. Luke Shaw getting into space and holding this ball up. Fernando Nino nearly getting a chance. It was blocked. But stay with me, you've got to win your headers. And Ruggieri, playing this game, wins that header for Fabio Vieira. Before a couple of slick passes, has Mason Greenwood in to score with a lovely left foot finish to make it 1-2. Make it 1-0 to Manchester United. Not too long after that, a few defensive errors from Derby do allow us to get back in once again. Fabio Vieira playing that ball through, Nino holding it up for Dallo, and Dallo whipping this ball in, and Facundo Palestre somehow winning that header and getting his first goal of the season. Not seen too much Palestre so far this season, but he gets himself his goal there. Into the just before half time, really? I'll find my words of answer. Just before half time, Mitchell Lawson makes an absolute mockery of Andrea Ruggieri, putting the ball through his legs and then making a good strong run to slot that ball past Kasper Schmeichel, making it 2-1 and giving Derby a chance. As we move into the second half though, Fabio Vieira was finding his passing range. Lovely ball there. Headed back by a defender, and Fernando Nino doesn't need the invitation. He'll take it though and smashes that ball past the goalkeeper to put us up by 3-1. Derby did not seem to appreciate this though, as they went straight up the park. Martin Waghorn tried to control the ball with a lucky little pass there to Christian Bielik. The ball somehow makes its way back to Martin Waghorn, who scores at Old Trafford. The things you'll never see. Martin Waghorn scoring at Old Trafford to make it 3-2 Manchester United, and giving Derby another lifeline in this match. Hard to believe they've not got a win yet this season. However, from a corner, Harry Maguire wins the header and somehow it trickles over the line. Maguire's away celebrating, however. This is not going to be going down on Harry Maguire's record as a goal, as the replays will confirm for us in a moment. As the game adjusts, this gives this goal to the centre back standing on the line. If we watch carefully, he wins the header. And it looks like it hits the post and then trickles along. And that's at least what I thought until we see it from this angle. Ball comes in, tries to clear it, skiffs off his foot, goes behind him, ends in the bottom corner, and is a Nathan Byrne own goal. Derby did try and go get another goal, but we weren't allowing that, and we got ourselves another breakaway. Playing this ball forward, Ruben Neves finding Daniel James. Whenever he comes on, he will use his pace to utterly destroy. And Dennis Mann, who'd also came on, gets the easy ball across for James, and Mann rifles into the top corner for his second Premier League goal since signing for us as well. And that is where this game ends. We end up with a massive 5-2 victory. Should they have got the two? Derby maybe were good for one goal, two probably not. As we look at the league table, 2 points clear still of Spurs and 5 points clear of Manchester City, 6 clear of Liverpool now. Liverpool, as I said last episode, keep an eye on them. 11th in last episode, and now that's them straight up to 4th after 10 games now played. League's definitely starting to probably take a bit more shape now, over a quarter of the way through. It'll be interesting to see where some teams like Crystal Palace are in 6th, Brighton 8th, Aston Villa 7th, where these teams will end up finishing up. Arsenal down in 10th. So it'll be interesting to see where most of these teams end up come later on in the series. Looking at the bottom of the league, we're still 3 teams without a win. Leicester don't have a win, but they're not even in the relegation zone. 5 draws, 5 defeats, better than Burnley's 1-1-1 draw and 8 defeats. And you see Derby there with just a single point, and West Brom also 4 draws for them, but still winless. Anyway, guys, that's quite a bit for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed, and if you have, please like and subscribe. And we will see you next time. Episode 19 is next. Yep. Bye.